G'day guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Now today guys, in this video, I am going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing every team's last wooden spoon. Obviously, lately I have not had many video ideas, so I thought, I was thinking for about a couple of hours, and I thought, my mate Coast Club, he did every team's last grand final appearance, and I thought, maybe instead of grand final, do it the opposite. Maybe do like every team's last wooden spoon. So yeah, without further ado, we'll get straight into the video. But there's something I need to talk to you guys about. We did hit 60. We went down 2 subs. I'm a bit pissed about that. So yeah, I'd really appreciate if you're new, please subscribe and like up the video if you haven't already. But let's just get straight into the video. Okay guys, first up we got the Adelaide Crows, because obviously we're going in alphabetical order. Their last wooden spoon was not too long ago. It was in 2020 when they just had a horrible season, in my opinion. I don't know how many games they won, but I think they won maybe 1 or 2 games, or no, two or three games. It was not very good, not looking very good for them. But 3 years prior to that, 3 years earlier, they were in a grand final. So that really surprises me, how a team can go that far in like 2 years. So yeah, that's the Adelaide Crows. Okay guys, the next team up on the list, we have got the Brisbane Lions. Their last wooden spoon was in 2017. Funnily enough, that was when the Adelaide Crows were in the grand final. We just did the Adelaide Crows, but yeah, that wasn't their best era from 2015 to 2018, but then 2019, 2020, they started to rise back up on the ladder, and you see them where they are today. They're like 3rd or 4th. They finish every year. So yeah, they didn't have too good of a season, the Brizzy Lions. Okay guys, next up we got the Carlton Blues. Their last wooden spoon was in 2018. I remember this era because I'm a West Coast fan. That's when they won the grand final. I remember when the fucking Gold Coast Suns, Brisbane, Essendon, Melbourne, all those teams used to be really shit back in from 2015 to 2018, 19. They used to be really shit. But yeah, I remember that era very vividly. But yeah, and I remember how bad the Carlton Blues were. But yeah, so the Carlton Blues, their last one was 2018. Okay guys, the next one we got Collingwood. Their last wooden spoon was in 1999. Yeah, so bit of a strange year, 1999 but I was expecting it to be bit earlier, because 1999, that's a long time ago for your last wooden spoon. But I guess there is 18 clubs, and that was how many years ago? That was 24 years ago. So yeah, Collingwood Magpies, 1999. And in that season, I'm pretty sure they only picked up 2 wins, just to add on. Moving on to Essendon, their last one was in 2016, so quite recent. That was when the whole drug scandal and all that was going on, but I won't mention that. That's a bit inappropriate, but yeah, 2016 for Essendon. Okay guys, now we're moving on to Fremantle Dockers, one of the more recent teams. 1994 was when they debuted in the league, or 1995 was when they debuted in the league. But yeah, their one was in 2001. That was their last wooden spoon, and that's their only wooden spoon, I believe. Hang on, let me just check again. That's their only wooden spoon, 2001 for the Fremantle Dockers. Guys, now moving on to Geelong. Their last wooden spoon was a very long time ago, very long time ago. Geelong's last wooden spoon was in 1958. So yeah, obviously there's no evidence of that. Well, there is evidence, but that was a very long time ago. So yeah, that just shows how good the Cats are. They're one of the better modern day teams today. But yeah, the Cats' last one was 1958. Up we got the Gold Coast Suns. Now theirs is one of the more recent ones that their last wooden spoon was in 2019. So yeah, so not too long ago. And at that time, the Suns weren't doing very well. I remember that era when the Suns weren't doing very well. Okay, next up we got GWS. Their last wooden spoon. So for the first 2 years when they played, 2012 and 2013, they both got wooden spoon. But yeah, that's pretty good from the Giants to be born in 2012, and their last wooden spoon was only 2013. So that's pretty impressive from the Giants, and even making a grand final in 2019. So yeah, I'm gonna it's pretty amazing for a team like that. Go to Western Sydney, but yeah, their last grand wooden spoon was in 2013. And next up, we have got the Hawthorn Hawks. Their last wooden spoon appearance was in 1965. Obviously a long time ago, just like the Cats. That just shows how much of a good modern day team they are today. Guys, next up we've got the Melbourne Demons. Their last wooden spoon was in 2009. At that time, they were not doing very well. I remember they sacked their coach the good old-fashioned way to rise up the ladder. But yeah, that was their last wooden spoon in 2009. Next up, we have got North Melbourne. Obviously, everyone knows this. They've been the wooden spooners for the past 2 years. They were the wooden spooners last year in 2022, and they were the wooden spooners before that in 2021. But yeah, so it was last year. That's the newest wooden spooners are North Melbourne. But this year's probably going to be West Coast, I reckon. Sorry boys, but it's going to be you. It's going to be you. Unless West Coast can somehow beat North Melbourne and boost their percentage. I don't see North Melbourne being the wooden spooners this year, but last year was the last time they were the wooden spoon. So yeah. Funnily enough, Port Adelaide, which is the next team that we're doing, they have never gotten a wooden spoon. Well, they're the third newest club in the league. Their first year, I think it was 1997. And they won a premiership 7 years in 2004. So yeah, pretty good club right there. And that just shows how good Port Adelaide really are, that they've never ever won a wooden spoon. Okay guys, next up it is Richmond. Their last wooden spoon was not that long ago. It was 16 years ago now, in 2007. That is when Richmond got their last wooden spoon. I remember that time from the mid 2000s. Richmond weren't the best side in the league. Yeah, so that's Richmond done. Kilda's last wooden spoon was in 2014. I remember when they were really, really shit back then. And obviously not a very, very... they're one of the smaller Victorian clubs, and then they don't have much history, the Saints. And not just that, they're not the most successful club, along with the Bulldogs and North Melbourne. Because there's 10 Victorian clubs. There's 4 of those 10 that aren't very big. They're not very big clubs, and St Kilda are part of them because they don't have much history, for one, and two, they've not been very successful. They've only won 1 premiership. So yeah, but yeah, their last wooden spoon was in 2014. Okay guys, now moving on, we're getting to I think there's 3 more clubs left. Third last, we've got the Sydney Swans. Their last one was a fair bit ago, well, not too long ago though. It was in 1994. Yeah, I obviously wasn't alive back then, so don't have much to say, except yeah, their last wooden spoon was in 1994. Guys, next up on the list we got my boys, West Coast Eagles. Their last wooden spoon was not too long ago. It was in 2010. I remember that a little bit from 2010, 2011, when the West Coast Eagles, they weren't the best side. Yeah, so I remember this time because I was born a year before, or that same year actually. Yeah, yeah, West Coast Eagles. So not too long ago. They're not doing too good lately, as most of you probably know. But yeah, West Coast Eagles in 2010 was their last wooden spoon. Okay, guys, this is the last club, the Western Bulldogs. Their last wooden spoon was in 1982. That's when they were known as Footscray. Yeah, their last wooden spoon was in 1982 when they were known as Footscray. So yeah, fair bit ago, which shows that Bulldogs, they're not that bad of a side modern day. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video, remember to like and subscribe, as we did hit 60, but we're back at 58. So yeah, remember to like and subscribe for more content and videos. Footy season's nearly over, so the off season's going to be a bit hard, but I'll let you guys in a sneak peek. I'm going to be doing BBL tips. Roundly, I'm going to be doing BBL tips because I'm going to do cricket stuff as well. We're in the off season. I know it won't get probably as many views and stuff as the footy season, but yeah, I'm going to be doing cricket stuff and I'm going to be doing BBL tips week in, week out. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.